a legend has emerged from the dust. A hero locked deep in the Kanto region on a divine journey. A quest of valor and marvel. His tale spans hundreds of hours and thousands of lepers. Through perils unknown, he marches. This is the tale of the PokeMMO Region Lock.
Well. I never would have imagined after starting this journey back in December of 2023 that I'd be making this video, but here we are. What's going on, everybody? This is Rocket, and welcome back to the PokeMMO Region Lock. I've officially spent over 3,000 hours only in the Kanto region. If you recall, the official challenges of the Region Lock call for me to spend 1,000 hours in the Kanto region, and I've done that 3 times now. In that time, I've gotten 6 shinies on the account, but that's not enough for me to complete the Region Lock. The last and most excruciating challenge is to get the Outer Region shiny, basically a shiny that I can't naturally catch in Kanto. To achieve this goal, I've been spending thousands of hours creating and hatching eggs, but so far, I haven't gotten lucky. I estimate that I've created roughly 140,000 eggs towards this effort, but not one has been shiny. In this Region Lock episode, I'm going to completely review the progress of the account, show off how my money-making strategies have changed from 2,000 hours to now, and share my thoughts on the game, community, and the Region Lock after 3,000 hours of playing. I think I may have the most hours in Kanto, or at least I'm in the top 100, so I figured I could offer an interesting perspective. Without further ado, let's get started with the account progress.
Like rare candies, level up your love to give. And then you choose right then a sweet kiss TM. Super effective.
In my 1,000 and 2,000 hours in Kanto videos, I did an in-depth review of my Pokédex. I'm not going to do that again to reduce redundancy, but I'm going to point out some substantial differences. Since 2,000 hours, I've seen 68 more Mon, owned 108 more, caught 56 more, and caught 90 more Alphas. I think the most interesting stat here is that I've caught 421 out of 612 total Pokemon from the Pokédex. Some notable ones for egg hunts being Rotom, Spiritomb, Zorua, and Cranidos. I've been making sure to include these Pokemon in my egg hunts, so I'm not only going for Miltanks. That's enough talk about my Pokédex. Let's get into the PC box progress, as I've improved substantially since 2,000 hours. Alright guys, what's up? It's time to show off my PC boxes after 3,000 hours in the Kanto region. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see, this first box right here is just an absolute mess. There seems to be no order, it's all chaos, and that's because these first 10 boxes or so are literally just for Pokemon that I catch, eggs that I have, you know, just gameplay loot boxes. So these are just Pokemon that I've caught or Pokemon that I've hatched recently. The next 4 boxes right here are literally just for storing the eggs that I have that I created in my last egg hunt. So these right here, once all these hatch and these boxes get filled up with catches and hatches and whatnot, I'll then reset my boxes to then egg for the Outer Region shiny once again. Something interesting that I've been doing recently, as you guys may know, I've been egging Miltank because it's a female-only species and it's Outer Region. So once I hatch the egg, it just returns to being a female. Therefore, I never have to buy females again. I just have to provide the males, which I usually get out of the Safari Zone in the form of Nidorans or Rhyhorns. But I recently added particles onto all of my Miltanks, so whether that be the new Lotus particle or the Dark Crystal particle, I just thought it'd be cool to have a particle on those. And I thought I might as well try to get lucky and get a particle on the shiny, considering I can't rebreed it afterwards. It cost me about 2 mil to add particles to all the Miltanks, but I thought it'd be well worth it just in case I end up getting the Miltank shiny. But yeah guys, like I said, these boxes right here are just for storing eggs and whatnot. These are just some 2017, 2018, and 2016 starters that I've periodically been trying to sell. The next 2 boxes right here are just for my Scolipede Alpha investments. If you guys watched my last video, these are just from the raids. My theory is that because they can only come into the game through the Halloween raids, in a few months time, once the stock of them starts to go down for people egging and whatnot, or people using them for making PvP builds, these should go up in price, especially the females. So I'm holding onto these and I'm probably going to sell them around March or so and hope that I can double my money. This next box right here, the sell box, is just for Pokemon that I buy off the GTL that I want to flip later and I don't feel like flipping at this very moment. I just put them in this box right here. But yeah, I just store Pokemon I'm going to sell here. The next box right here is for an upcoming video, probably the video after this one. This is just going to be showing off new pickups, new stuff that I bought that is really cool that I wanted to show off to you guys. And I just stored it in this box just for that future video. This next box right here, the train box, is just all the Pokemon that I have that are raid ready that I still need to train up, whether that be EV training, XP training, whatever. There's a lot of new cool things that I made in here. Like I made this Snivy for myself recently that has, you know, really good IVs, hidden ability, and has Kanto friends. So I'm looking forward to getting that up because I don't have a Survivor yet. And then recently in Kanto, there was a Cloyster Alpha, so I bought a bunch of cheap ones off the GTL when people were listing them, and then I made myself a 5x31 Alpha Shelter. And then I'm going to replace my current Cloyster that I have in my raid box with this one once I get this leveled and EV trained. The next 4 boxes right here are all of my raid Pokemon for, you know, any upcoming raids or events or what have you that might pop up in the game. I have all these organized by typing, so these are all my fire types, electric types, ice types, water types, ground, rock, steel, dark, normal Pokemon, you know, you guys get the idea. It's just all my different Pokemon. I just have them organized by typing. If you're interested in looking at the stats of most of these, I did make a video showing that off, which I'll link in the description, just all my raid Pokemon. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to be prepared for any raid or event that might pop up that I can do in the Kanto region. I don't want to be caught with my tail between my legs because I wasn't ready and I didn't have any Pokemon prepped. So I've been periodically getting these boxes filled up throughout time ever since raids were announced. And then this last box right here is my special raid Pokemon. These are just raid Pokemon that have any type of special attribute associated with them, whether it be an old Pokemon like this competitive Hitmonlee from 2014, or whether it be like an unknown OT Pokemon like this Snorlax right here, or like this no OT competitive Pokemon that I have right here, or this, you know, cool OT, like I have an Epoch OT right here from his old OT. I have a, you know, a blue OT. I have some Frags OT, the PvP legend if you're familiar. Just a lot of cool stuff like that. I have that stored in here just so it's separated from my actual raid Pokemon. I'm pretty proud of myself considering I've spent 3,000 hours in Kanto. I have not stepped out of this region at all, and I have all these raid Pokemon ready to go. Like, I think that's pretty damn impressive considering my situation. I very much want to leave Kanto, but I'm not going to do that before the challenge ends, but I just think it's very impressive, and I'm very proud of myself for just the amount of progress and the amount of sheer effort I put into this. If you look at my 1,000 and 2,000 hour videos and look at the PC box section, you'll notice I had way less box space, I had way less Pokemon, a lot less cool stuff. So I'm just very proud of where I am in the game right now. And then lastly, my account box. This is just where I keep any utility Pokemon like my Arena Trap, my Payday Pickup Meowth, you know, any type of cute charm Pokemon, any type of Breloom, Parasect, that kind of stuff. And I also keep a little section of Alpha Fossilmon from the Mysterious Dust Balls right here. I occasionally egg these just for a cool little chance at a Shalfa. It's not an everyday thing. I kind of just do it whenever I feel like spoiling myself and I'm feeling lucky. I'll just pop a shiny charm and, you know, egg a few of these with my egg session. Hopefully I get lucky. And then obviously you can't forget all my shinies that I have right here. We have the Wigglytuff, my Shellder, my Alakazam, my Ditto, my Venomoth right here, and then obviously my Pride and Joy right here, and my Shiny Cypher from the Safari Zone. These are all the shinies that I've gotten in the Kanto region so far, which is pretty dang impressive, I'd say, but unfortunately, I am a little dry right now. I'm like 40k dry on my current hunt, and I think I'm like 100 and some thousand eggs, like 140,000 eggs dry on the outer region shiny hunt. But I am happy that I have a few of them to call my own. But yeah, guys, that is the box progress after 3,000 hours in the Kanto region. Now it's time to talk about my new moneymakers and the thoughts on the game, the community, and the region locked after 3,000 hours of being locked in Kanto. I've never played any other region in my life. Even outside of PokeMMO, I've never played another official Pokemon game aside from Leaf Green and Fire Red. Kanto is all I've ever known, so believe me when I tell you, I'm motivated as ever to complete this challenge and give the rest of the regions a try. When I began this journey nearly 2 years ago, I never would have imagined it'd be taking this long to complete the region lock challenge. But I truly want to be the first person to ever complete this gruesome challenge and prove it's possible. There have been a lot of changes to my playstyle from when I started to now, 3,069 hours later. The most noticeable change is my moneymakers. If you remember when I first started making videos, I used to do a box selling business to make money. After 1,000 hours, I started catching specific Pokemon like Electivire to make money. After 2,000 hours, I was catching Abras and Meowths while using Synchronized ability to make money. And now, after 3,000 hours, my money making method has evolved into GTL flipping, investing, and rare collecting. My account is currently sitting at 47.4 mil, which is a staggering improvement from my past 1,000 hour videos. That just highlights how I've mastered the Kanto region lock and adapted over time. My personal goal with the account is to hit 100 mil, because once I hit that, I'll feel like I made it. There were times when I was struggling to keep 100k, so I'm very happy with where I'm at now, but I want to soar even higher. Money making isn't the only thing that's changed. The community and game have evolved so much in the past 2 years that I've been playing, and it's amazing to see. Although there's been a fair share of controversies, drama, and complaints, I'm happy with the direction the game is heading, and the player base is growing every single day. The game feels a lot more populated than it did when I first started, and that's saying something because it was by no means dead when I started playing. I think there's a lot of areas the game could still improve, such as fixing the alpha problem, creating a leaderboard system, and raids just not being holiday events. But I understand those things take time, and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not that pressed. I still share the same opinion I did in my 1,000 hour video. I think our community is amazing, and it's really cool seeing new PokeMMO YouTubers pop up and make amazing content. I always thought there weren't enough PokeMMO YouTubers, so seeing all the changes on the YouTube landscape for this game throughout the past 2 years has been really interesting to see. In fact, I'll be linking some PokeMMO YouTubers that I think are doing an amazing job in making great content. So if you want to check out some other PokeMMO channels, go check them out. They'll be in the description. Okay, now I think it's time I address the elephant in the room. I've been doing the PokeMMO region lock for over 3,000 hours. I get dozens of questions every day asking me if I'm getting burnt out, which region I plan on going to next, can I take donations, when Sinnoh, stuff like that. So I wanted to address all of that here. I know I've talked a lot about these topics in the past, but I have some new subscribers that don't know I'm region locked and aren't familiar with the details of the challenge, so I wanted to readdress them here. Okay, let's speedrun this. Am I getting burnt out? Yes and no. I'm definitely getting tired of playing the same region every day, but switching up my activities and focusing on money making has kept me entertained while grinding out the last challenge. Which region do I plan on going to next? Once the region lock is finally completed, I'll be dropping a poll for the entire community to vote on that will determine which region I am forced to do a lock in next. Sinnoh win. Fuck you. Which region would I prefer to be sent to? I think Hoenn or Unova would be nice picks for the next region. Hoenn is the next region if we're speaking natural game progression, and Unova I could grow my own Leppas, which would be fun. The worst pick would be Johto, because I wouldn't be able to access Mount Silver due to my incomplete dex. Can you go back to Kanto once you go to your next region? No. Once I leave Kanto, I can never go back until I complete the region lock in every region. Are you really going to spend 1,000 hours in every region? Yes, that's a part of the region lock rule set, and a perfect region lock run would take a bare minimum of 5,000 hours to complete. Can I accept donations? I used to say no to this question when I was a brokey, but truthfully, I've got so many raid and utility Pokemon and so much money at this point that you wouldn't really be giving me a leg up and cheating me out of the challenge by making donations. So yeah, I graciously take them now. How does the outer region shiny work? Well, the simplest way I can describe it is an in-region shiny is a shiny that I can naturally obtain in the region I'm in, and the outer region shiny is a shiny that I cannot naturally obtain in the region I'm in. So for Kanto, Bidoof would be considered an outer region shiny because I cannot naturally obtain Bidoof in Kanto, and Pidgey would be considered an in-region shiny because I can naturally obtain it in Kanto. When Sinnoh. God fuck. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys have been giving me in the last year that I've been making PokeMMO videos. I couldn't be more grateful for the great memories, friends, and relationships I've developed by giving this game a try. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has been Team Rocket. Smell you later.